Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good one. I'm sitting here enjoying a Imperial Bavarian style Hefeweizen of my own creation. It's a dry hopped 9% Hefeweizen. Don't think there's anything else out there quite like that. It's pretty damn tasty. Got some good news for this Homebrew Wednesday update. I did my first all grain beer yesterday. Turned out good. Did an American Imperial chocolate coffee stout. It turned out to about 9%. Somewhere between 8 and 9%, I think is what it was projected. Actually, I think it was 8. Found a homebrew shop a couple of towns over in Greensboro down the road from where I live at. The guy, he's an actual bona fide homebrew store. He had grains for sale, not just the corner of his shop set up to sell some extra stuff. I rode down there on Monday, checked him out. Had already got some grains I was going to do. I'd bought a Russian Imperial mini or partial extract kit that I was going to do. And I decided since he could grind my grains and I could buy the stuff I didn't already have there, I was just going to go ahead and do my first all grain. So rode down there, got some grains off of him. He crushed what I already had that wasn't crushed. Come home, got it all sorted out. Monday was actually my 10-year anniversary with me and Amy, so I didn't figure I'd better spend it brewing a batch of beer. So I had to spend the rest of the afternoon with her, which I was pretty happy with anyway. I'm not complaining about that. I was glad to have her in my life. I was off work yesterday, so I was able to do my beer yesterday. Got my grain bill over here. Let's read this. I used 6 pounds of pale, 3 pounds of biscuit or amber, 4 pounds of Munich, 2.5 pounds of dark crystal 2-row, pound and a half of chocolate, a pound of Maris Otter, and a quarter pound of roasted barley. Was 18.25 pounds of grain. I did a 6-gallon batch instead of a 5. Kind of got hooked on doing those 6-gallon batches, doing the extract kits. Let's see, I did Magnum, an ounce of Magnum and half an ounce of Nugget for an hour. Half ounce of Nugget and half ounce of Schnook at 30 minutes. Half ounce of Styrian Golding, German Pearl, and Chinook at 15 minutes. And then at Flame Out, I put another half ounce of Styrian Golding and German Pearl in. So it's pretty hoppy to be an ale, or excuse me, a Imperial Stout. Kind of gotten hooked on these hoppy beers, so I just figured I'd go ahead and hop it up a little bit. And I'm also have some French oak chips medium toast that I've been soaking in Captain Morgan's silver spiced rum now for about 3 weeks, I guess. Last oaked beer I did them in the primary, and they stayed in there for 2 weeks, and then I took them out. I'm going to do this one a little differently. I'm going to leave the beer in the primary for 2 weeks and then rack it over into the secondary for probably 2 or 3 weeks. And the last week that I'm going to do it, I'm going to go ahead and put the oak chips in. I may just go ahead and put them in. I don't want to leave them in there for more than a week because I don't want to make the beer too oaky. But the last week I'm going to put the oak chips and the rum in, and so it's going to be a oaked rum American Imperial chocolate stout. So that should be pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited about it. It's probably going to take about 8 weeks to mature. Is what I used a couple different recipes, and the time for it to mature was anywhere between 8 weeks and 12 weeks. So, or actually, I think it was 7 weeks and 9 weeks. So about 8 weeks, it should be pretty good to drink. That's what I got going on. I racked as far as my all grain goes, so I was pretty excited about that. I got my Poppy Feet 1.5 rye PA, black rye PA clone racked over into the secondary, and I've got it on the hops right now. I still got to rack my Imperial brown ale over into the bottling bucket and bottle that up. Just kind of been lazy and hadn't done that. I had the all grain going on yesterday, so I'll probably do my brown ale sometime this week later on, or first of next week. No big rush on it. It's I think it's about an 8% beer, so I'm not in a real big rush to get it in the bottles right now. I'll just go ahead and let it ferment out as much as I can, and I'll go ahead and bottle that up. But that's pretty much what I got going on. The mash tun and everything worked out great. I was a little bit disappointed in my brew pot. I actually measured it out to see how much I had, and it's an 8-gallon pot instead of a 10. But it was still, the prices are not that much different, so I still got a good deal on it. I just had to use my 4-gallon pot and my 8-gallon pot both to do my final boil. I concentrated it down. I put 2 gallons in the 4-gallon pot and boiled it down to about a gallon, and then just dumped that over into the other one as it's been boiling too. Wind up with about a little more than 6 gallons after everything was said and done with. It's just a little more work having to do that, but not a real big deal. I know a lot of people do that anyway. But anyway, I'm looking forward to doing more all grain brews. Gonna do a sweet potato amber ale next. Or it may be a red ale. See how the color turns out on it with all the sweet potatoes in it. Everybody's got the pumpkin beers going on. Those are all good. I tried a bunch of them back in when the pumpkin beers first came out. It's a couple of different beer tastings, and I'll be honest with you, none of them really blew my doors off. They were all okay. Some of them were better than other ones. We've pretty much quit making anything with pumpkin in it here at the house. We've been substituting out a lot of the pies and breads and stuff like that with sweet potato, and it actually tastes better to me. The sweet potato has more fermentable sugar in it, and it has a better taste as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to just do a pumpkin beer recipe and substitute the sweet potatoes in with that, so I'll have that going on. I may actually video a little bit of that. I didn't video my all grain because it was my first time, and I already had my hands full with everything without fooling with the video camera. As I get more comfortable with it, I may video a little bit of that process and everything. But anyway, I hope everybody else is having a good Homebrew Wednesday. You guys take it easy, and I'll see you next week.